to initiate in dating and I want to show interest but without coming across as creepy. So we're going to give you a few little tips just to help you tread that line between being clear on what you want and going after it and not being creepy. So the first is to be very confident in yourself and your worth and your value, and therefore what you're bringing to a relationship or even a friendship or a job, and therefore the moves you're making are with the knowing that you deserve it. Because often what makes someone seem creepy or give off strange energy is because they see that person as above them. They see the relationship as above them and out of reach, and they idealize this person or this opportunity, and therefore they almost go googly-eyed, like you can see it physically in people, where they're so awestruck by this person and a lot of their energy is going on to that other person rather than staying grounded and keeping their energy within them on their worth and their value and knowing that that other person is going to like them. So make sure that you are confident in yourself, that you feel equal to the person or the experience that you're chasing. And even if you don't feel equal, force yourself to perceive it like that. They're just a human, they're just a job or a company, you are good enough. Bring them down, bring yourself up, and remember that they're just as lucky to be interacting with you as the other way around. And this is where you see people who end up together with very different incomes or levels of extrovertedness or attractiveness, because the other person was very confident in other things they bring to the table. So from the outside in, you might not see everything that they bring, but it's all for each of us to feel confident in what it is that we bring to the table. The second tip is really think about how your body language is coming across. So when we see someone that we're attracted to, it can be very tempting to try and get physically close to them and also watch them. So observe them, see what they're doing, how they're interacting, how they're holding themselves, and try and learn about them through that observation. But the problem is when we get excited, and again our energy is going on to someone else, we can end up going from politely observing into staring, and we can also get into their personal space when speaking to them without realizing. And the way to combat this is to stay self-aware. So if you see someone and you're interested and you feel pulled towards them, try and think about how you would act if it was a stranger who you weren't attracted to. If it was a new friend that you had just met or colleague you had been introduced to, you would keep a respectful distance and you might look in their direction and see if they're giving you the same attention back, and you may try and make eye contact, but you won't act on or get too in their personal space because you don't know that person yet. And attraction can give people a false sense of feeling close because we make a lot of assumptions about them, or we're so excited to get to know them that we might not be aware of how we're coming across. So be aware of how physically close you are to them. If you're spending too much time looking at them, that it could be into staring, and also look at their body language. So is their body language open and they're inviting you in, or is it a bit more guarded and are they looking away and do they have their shoulder or back to you? If you're seeing those little micro behaviors, you want to take a step back and make sure that they feel like they've got enough space to choose you and invite you in. And that's particularly true if the person you're speaking to is from a minority group. So think about the power balance that you may have as someone who might be bigger or stronger, or versus someone who may have had other challenges in society. And the third tip is linked to that is, if you see someone you're interested in, say out and about, we'd recommend making an approach quickly to avoid any potential for someone catching you looking at them for too long. And it shows that you're confident by going up to them quickly. Obviously read the body language and make sure that they seem open to that, but make a confident approach, maybe be quite direct and say, look, you're really attractive, can I get your number? And then as soon as you've exchanged numbers, or perhaps you've chatted a bit and got to know them, ask for their number and then carry on with your evening. Or if they show any sign of not being interested or say they have a partner, then thank them and be respectful and carry on with your evening. Because then even if you've shown interest with confidence, you've not been too attached to the outcome, and you've remained respectful, and that can be attractive as well. So if you act like, I don't need this person's approval or their yes, I'm still going to be confident to be respectful and leave them alone and not feel like I have to chase them or turn their no into a yes, that can actually tip the scales in your favour, so that you can become more attractive to that person. So those are 3 little tips to help you express interest in a healthy, respectful way without crossing the line into creepiness. And we've got 2 longer videos on our YouTube where we dive into approach strategies, confident approach strategies and techniques, and a video where I share my personal way of approaching people as a woman. So I hope that helps. Thank you.